Good afternoon, morning, evening or night, ladies and
here.
gentlemen, and welcome.
Good afternoon, morning, evening or night, ladies and gentlemen.
Good afternoon, morning, evening or night, ladies and
Good afternoon, morning, evening or night, ladies and gentlemen,
bro.
and welcome to this episode of the JARCAST.
Welcome to this episode of Argy Barks and Ruins It.
Nice.
He adds to it, he adds texture.
First, before we forget, shout out to whoever animated that thing that's on Twitter at the moment.
Yeah, the thing that's on Twitter. I replied to it. I think I said
did as
something.
Jar.
Yeah, I saw that.
Oh damn! Son.
It's a part of some big project that the formerly retired Jar Media shitposts has been getting sorted. But now no longer retired apparently for this. And yeah.
Awesome stuff.
Awesome stuff. I mean, I guess it's going to be a bigger video eventually. I don't know. Well, yeah.
Stick around to find out.
Yeah, mama. No, James.
I
'cause
keep
he's a huge
forgetting
baby.
to wear my... Yeah, no, James, he's a massive baby and he wanted to go to sleepy weepy, even though I know he'll be awake until 2 in the
It's
morning.
8:30. He was just lying.
He's just lying.
Terrible liar.
Yeah.
No, I've got to go home and sleep. I've got to have a shower and sleep. Yeah, because that takes 3 hours.
Oh
You
damn!
can, you can
son.
shower and sleep in 15 minutes.
Well, I mean, it
Well,
depends
you
how
can't
tired you
fall.
are. It's
Hey,
Don't let him bite those.
hey.
Argy. Alex, discipline your dog.
But he's so cute.
Jim threw the lizard. Also, the cigar's on the floor behind you.
That's alright.
What if Argy eats it?
He won't eat no cigar.
He loves cigars.
Anything
But no
happen?
cigar.
Hey. Oi. Hey.
Jim, stop it. Just put it over here. You're just encouraging him.
I'm trying to teach him not to.
Now's not the time.
You're a real sucker for this bitch.
Anything happen in the last week?
Donald
Didn't
Trump
we just
is-
record the last cast like on Sunday anyway, and it's only Thursday?
Yeah.
It's only been a few days.
Not too much has happened.
We lost the World Cup.
We lost the
that
World
happened.
Cup. Yep.
We
Yep.
fucking failed.
Football ain't coming
But by
home
the
now.
time this goes up, though, France will have won the World Cup. So
Who cares?
Well,
who cares? There'll just be another one in 4 years.
it would just be nice if England actually tried.
Yeah, man. Backseat footballing. Is that a thing?
Maybe.
There must be an official term for it. What people do.
Well, they just call you like a fake football fan. Like
Oh, come on, that was offside.
Yeah, and it's like you don't know what offside is. Or
I don't know
something.
what offside is.
Well, you see, Jim, it's where two football stadiums collide to make a bigger football stadium. It's kind of like black holes.
Oh. What else has happened?
We
Is
watched
Donald Trump
anything?
in the UK yet?
Who cares?
I think he will be by the time this has gone up, or he will have been.
And loads of people on Twitter are like,
I'm angry.
I can't believe the police aren't letting us use big mics so that we can scream at Trump.
Do you think it's disrespectful
To who?
to the president when
well-
he's coming to our country to protest him coming here?
Well, I mean, the point is to disrespect
him. Yeah. So I was gonna say technically it is disrespectful, but like they in theirs don't care. And
Okay.
I kind of respect people's right to protest. I suppose do what you want.
Yeah, it's
I'm
fine.
fine with people protesting. It's just like if you individually sat down and asked them all, what is it about him that you don't like?
Yeah, they'd have no idea.
It would just be like headlines
Yeah.
off Twitter and social media. They'll have no clue about his actual policy or what he's done in office, which is what I don't like
That
about
boy
it.
is up to something right now. He's being very annoying.
It might be worth just kicking him out, Jim.
Yeah, he's going.
Oh, he just went and got.
He's got Asgard.
He went and got Asgard.
Ah, shit, not Asgard, not again. He's in a cheeky mood now. That's it, drag him off. There we go. He escaped. Now it's a game.
He's using.
No, he's just gonna stay in that corner now.
I don't want to like spill coffee all over.
Whoa! Whoa!
You thought he was gonna die in that moment. Kick his little ass out. Jesus Christ, they're getting mauled. Did he get you, Ruben?
Jesus Christ.
He got this. Angara.
Oh, he got me a
He
good.
got you, did he?
He got a couple pinches in on me. He's a real little bastard, that dog.
He's lovely.
I'm gonna have rabies by next Jarcast.
Don't really like Argy very much. Billy's much better.
He's coming back.
Oh no.
Yeah, what are we talking about? Donald Trump or whatever?
Yeah, everyone being like, Donald Trump fucking sucks. Yeah, why does he suck?
Because he does,
He
mate.
hates black people.
He hates blacks and kids.
and gay people and.
Guess what though?
Mexicans.
Police have been killing black people since like forever.
Yeah, since black people have existed. So.
They're just feeding into that thing that he loves. He
Mhm.
loves it. He's just constantly being talked about.
I think people are also totally unable to appreciate the fact that because of the internet and shit, statistics are now, I don't know, all over the place because
Yeah.
you can just do anything because it's like, well, there are more recordings of it because of social media now. Or fucking, so it appears like it's more, but it's probably the same.
Yeah, you can't believe any of that shit. Like that
People just-
statistic
yeah.
that's like 50% of girls are gamers. No,
50% of the
No
girls
way.
that we asked on the computing course, in a
including
certain
mobile
university.
games.
Oh, for fuck's sake! Yeah,
Including what?
Mobile games.
so they're not gamers.
Yeah.
That's why. They can skew statistics in that way. I'm not saying that women out there don't play video games, but I mean,
I just remembered that fucking video of something where it ends just "Why don't gamers rule the world" or whatever, and it just it just gets me.
Jim, you've upgraded your PC today. What was that packaging on one of the boxes? What did it say?
The Republic of Gamers.
Gaming, Republic of Gaming.
Is it gaming?
Like
Yeah.
fucking the clone
Which-
army.
Man.
Like all of you will probably
Yeah.
know because you're all little PC gamer nerds. We're all PC gamer nerds.
Got a GTX 420, mate.
I got a GTX 69.
Was it actually a 420 or you just...
No,
No, it was 1080.
Jim,
And it
you're
wasn't
flexing on
GTX.
everybody right now. Jim's just flexing everybody with his.
No, I'm
GTX
just flexing.
Is that like a good
You.
one or something?
Yeah, 1080 is real good.
Nice.
But there'll be someone in the comments saying, actually, it's not. Actually, an inferior
1080
card.
Ti is the only.
1080 Ti, and it's not a Titan
Only
X, and it's not a Titan.
Oh, Total Biscuit.
I don't
loved
know
his
shit
Titans.
about a
He did love his
PC.
Titans.
I don't know shit about PC.
I think when the
and
Titans
whatever.
first came out, they were worth like
On a
$3,000.
Titan.
$3,000.
The word Titan is just such a fucking cool word.
It
It's
is.
one of the coolest words in the English language.
Yeah, it is.
Titan.
Along with Gunslinger.
Yep.
That word.
Gunslinger, Titan. Blade Runner's not a word, but it's really cool.
There's another one that for some reason I'm blanking on. Outlaw. That's
Outlaw,
a cool
that
ass
is
Mhm.
word.
Outlaw.
Just really
Smuggler.
hyper masculine, like doing cool stuff words.
Basically everything to do with cowboys.
Yeah.
The word solid.
Followed by snake.
and
For
followed by
fuck's sake.
snake
Oh,
is
you've
pretty
lost me now.
fucking awesome.
It's basically cowboy shit and like Greek mythology
Yeah. Norse mythology is
and Norse.
sick as fuck.
Dude, I'm so into God of War at the moment.
It does look
so
fucking
fucking
cool
cool.
as fuck.
It's so cool.
It just keeps making me think. I gotta play that. I gotta play
And it
that.
reminds me of I had certain passions when I was younger. One of them being dinosaurs, and the other was Greek mythology.
Greek mythology is sick as fuck.
it?
Yeah, I had this like book of all the
gods.
myths.
Yeah.
Just read through them all. Loved it.
Mhm.
Stuff to that kind of thing.
That's why Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I'm like,
Yeah, I don't trust them. So
Fair enough.
if it was like some Sony studio doing it for some exclusive, well, there you go. That's the thing, man. Like the PS4, controversial opinion here, sucks
as a console.
as a console, but it has the best games. Should probably give some reasoning as to why I don't like it. Don't like the controller.
No, you're just a
Triggers.
pussy.
The controller would be fine if the Xbox controllers didn't already exist.
No, it has issues aside from the fact that it's not the Xbox controller. The triggers.
Triggers are terrible.
The triggers are horrible. Accidentally always
There's-
attacking in Bloodborne.
Because there's no guard. There's no
Yeah.
guard on the bottom of the trigger. So
Yeah.
if you touch the bottom of the controller onto your leg or something,
Mhm.
it's going to pull that
Just do
trigger.
it.
It's super
Yeah.
sensitive, that trigger.
Yeah.
And the stick placement.
And I actually saw it nearly jeopardize you in fucking Bloodborne.
Yeah.
Bumped
Yeah.
the controller and punched an NPC.
And there's a finite resource in Bloodborne, bullets,
Mm-hmm.
right? And it's mapped to L2.
Oh wait, are they actually finite?
Will you like restock them when you go?
You can farm them.
I was gonna say,
But I mean, like,
if
you
they
can
made it
use
so
them.
they're actually really scarce. I was like, damn, but all right. What the fuck is that?
Oh, that's because the rubbish needs to go out right now. I've already done that though. Just press stop on it, Jim, if you can. And there was another thing I didn't like about the PS4. I don't like the UI.
Yeah, the UI's horrible.
The store's horrible. It's just got those games, man.
Just got those
Games are awesome. It's like they've all got something that the others don't.
Yeah. And another thing, the PS4 Pro,
Yeah.
really expensive considering it's just like a worse than the Xbox One X.
Mm-hmm.
Dodge that hellfire
Just
coming your
dodging
way.
that gamer rage. I'm a part of the Republic of Gaming, alright? I've got a fucking PC. You can suck my PC-ness.
And I'm not coming from this from a fanboy place because I have every console, including a PC.
Flexing on them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Flex, Alex.
I've even got... No, I
No,
don't.
just actually flex. Do it. Nice.
Yeah, anyway. Anything else we've been listening to? Seen?
We listened through a lot of Marvel stuff today.
Yeah.
Don't know when anything's going to go up. So.
Yeah. I went to the movies once and saw Hereditary.
Out of 10?
I gave it 4 out of 5 stars.
Pisses me off that I ask out of 10 and you give me a out of 5.
Why didn't you ask out of 5? Because we use Letterboxd now.
It doesn't matter.
We've evolved to
If someone
Letterboxd.
if someone
Search
asks-
IHG and follow me.
No, I suppose. Yeah.
If someone asks you out of 10, you adjust
say
that
8,
out
I
of
guess.
5.
But then
to an
some
8.
people think of 4 or 5 as they don't think of it in half. Some people like to do rounded.
No, but if you review
Yeah, like
a
the
movie
way
on,
Ralph
if
uses
you
it.
if you
He
review a
doesn't use
movie
halves.
on Letterboxd
Doesn't
and you
use
give it
halves.
4.5 stars, you would have said 4.5 stars.
Anyway. Yeah, it was good. I'd recommend it to horror fans. Although I had an awful experience.
Really?
Yeah, wait, hang on. Did I? No. Carry on. I thought you already told the story, but I don't remember.
Just chavs. Swindon chavs. Came in there. Huge group of them. Really serious, poignant parts in the film. Just burst out laughing at nothing, and it was like I was so close, and I usually have infinite patience. I was so close to like just screaming something at them. Just like, what is funny?
And they were like,
But then-
mate, you're about to get your fucking face smashed in the fucking mate.
That's what I was.
You would have died.
They were
I'm
way
very glad you
younger.
didn't say that.
They were way younger, but I didn't want to risk then it turning into them being dicks for the rest of the whole film. And they left anyway, halfway through the film. They're like, oh, this is shit, and left.
I would probably give the movie like 5 stars then. Out of
I
5.
would have. I probably would have shouted at them. Had a John Wick brawl with them in the middle of the cinema.
No, you gotta, because it's a cinema, there's lots of sound. You take them out one by one, silently.
Maybe if
Kill
Ruben
them.
was there, I would have said it, because then they might have come over and then seen
I can
Ruben
just stand
and I.
up.
Yeah. These fucking losers. Anyway, yeah.
How many of them were there?
I couldn't tell.
You should have
It
used
was
your
quite a big group.
Batman detective vision to find out. I count 6 of them.
I remember seeing them when I was going to buy the ticket, which were really cheap, by the way.
How much?
£4.50.
What the fuck?
What?
Where were you?
Just in Swindon.
But which one? There are 2 cinemas.
The one that's normally more expensive.
So is that the one with the not shit screen? 'Cause there's one that has a shit bulb in the...
Yeah.
Yeah. The one that
I was
isn't
amazed.
IMAX. Did you go to the IMAX with?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's fucking cheap
How
as
is
fuck.
that so cheap?
Yeah, I was amazed. I suppose because it was 2 p.m. or something.
Hmm.
But yeah, overall, one of the worst experiences I've had in a cinema for a while. Also, just a guy asleep next to me.
I've had lame
Huge fat guy.
experiences nearly every time I've gone to the cinema now. When we watched The Last Jedi, I had that guy behind us just asleep,
That fat
snoring.
guy, yeah. Really
I had to keep
fat.
waking him up, and I was just...
On premiere
He had
premiere
all
day.
of his food. He was clearly into it. He looked like a fucking Star Wars dude. He had all of his food and shit, and he just kept falling asleep, and I was just...
It must have been his like 4th time watching it.
Yeah.
Or he'd been up since midnight.
It was the day it
watching
came out.
Maybe like Jim saying...
He might have actually stayed up from midnight
yeah.
and just been watching it over and over.
And then when I watched Infinity War, we had these people behind us, this girl that would just keep audibly reacting to stuff. Just like, oh my god, no. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. It's a film that everything that you're watching now, from beginning to end, has already been decided. Your reactions will not change how any of the outcomes of this film.
Mm-hmm.
All right? I'm not feeling so good, Mr. Well, he's fucking gone, so shut the fuck up. And then they were like, no way, I can't believe that at the end. And it's like, well, because they're obviously all alive, you fucking prick. They're obviously all alive. They've got sequels. All of them have sequels. So, I just don't like them. That's my point.
Yeah, fuck you.
Yeah.
British audiences in cinemas
Are usually nothing. They're usually nothing. They don't say a fucking word, usually.
It's so unpredictable, though. Like Jim saw when he saw Trainspotting 2, just bizarre sounding experience.
Mm-hmm. That was great. That one was actually funny though.
What was it again?
So I think it was two women or a woman and a man, sat like 2 seats away from me,
Mm-hmm.
and one of the women was just constantly like commentating, and like, there's a part where
Literally going, oh hell no.
yeah,
Yeah.
but there's one part where Renton and Sick Boy are basically saying you're a shittier person. No, you're a shitty person. Blah blah blah. And it sort of builds up that scene, and then this woman is going like, "Oh damn, something's gonna happen." It's like
As if it's reality television. It's Jeremy Kyle or something.
It was a good time though. That was probably my best cinema experience.
At least they're into the film though, right? They're just loving it.
Yeah, exactly.
No, so like same with the Avengers people. They everyone in the cinema was fucking. They loved it, and it was all right.
They're
for that.
still showing it.
She actually
One of the
kept- she-
screens
Are
was
you
showing
serious?
it.
The person next to me
Holy
though, she
shit.
kept kicking his seat. The person the people I gone to see it with, it was one next to me, and this guy kept kicking his seat. She was like kicking out of his seat whenever anything would happen. He was just like during action scenes.
At least it comes from a place of like love and enjoyment.
Yeah,
just like
not
a
like the
Child
people
being a
that were in your
prick, just
thing.
kicking his seat. On
Yeah,
a
these
plane or
fucking
something.
teenagers that think they're so above
Mhm.
this movie.
Can't be doing with that. People that won't just laugh at a fucking Marvel film.
Mm-hmm. And then, like, when we saw Roger Waters, it annoyed me when people were just talking.
I said about that just because I was thinking the moment
Great
the first song
songs playing.
started, people just behind us talking about stuff, and it's like just because it's outside doesn't mean you get to fucking talk.
And even really
alright?
loud songs, people screaming into each other's ears.
Yeah.
So, why
No, there
are you
was,
here?
There was one dude behind me who was telling his friend about like Roger Waters' history and shit. Like now is not the time to be talking
Yeah.
about that. Talk about that before and after. Like,
Yeah, that pissed me off.
Ooh.
People seem to act a little bit differently when it's an outdoor one compared to... Because no one was doing that with, like, Gorillas or
No.
Future Islands.
Although we did have that one person that stood up like in front of everyone. Although everyone stands up in the end, but she
Mhm.
was just dancing around, and it was just bloody annoying, man. Bloody annoying.
At least she was into it, though.
Yeah. They don't like people that like because people try and jostle you. Like they'll try and be like, I'm just squeezing past, and they go in a convoy, and then they'll just they'll start a layer
Yeah.
between you. So
You
now
have to, you have to...
you have to glue yourself to
yeah.
the person in front of you.
yeah.
You don't let anyone go in front of you. Because they'll just stay there and
Mhm.
ruin it.
Because someone did that to me, and I sort of like squeezed around in front of him again and just pushed him across, and said, I think I just said to you, I'm not letting anyone take my space. This is my goddamn space. Some shit.
Pay good money for this.
Yeah. I paid money to be in this fucking golden circle, and you won't push me out of it because you went to get a pint during Roger Waters.
Yeah.
I hear that.
And the guy that was on before Roger from The Verve or whatever,
Richard Ashcroft.
just fucking roasting everyone in the Golden Circle.
Yeah, he probably did like a few lines of coke, not crack,
Mhm.
coke. Fuck, I can't speak. Coke
Crack
before that.
cocaine.
Probably did a few lines of the weeds.
Woo, that would be nutty, bro. As soon as that happened, in the time between.
What?
What you talking about?
Hmm?
What did you even say?
What?
What did you just say?
I said, I suppose that happened in the time between casts.
Yeah, that was what we were talking about, isn't it? Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Now what? How much time we got?
Got a good 10 minutes before the
alright,
break.
Good. I thought we only had like a few minutes.
No.
Why are you looking at me?
I had a Wagamama today that I was disappointed by.
You were disappointed. Why?
Rubens took ages.
Well, they took ages to come.
Yeah.
The broth wasn't spicy. It was a chili ramen with sirloin steak, right?
Okay.
The broth wasn't very spicy. The noodles were more akin to like spaghetti that was undercooked. and the steak had not been cut into small enough bits and was just overcooked. It was just too tough. So you imagine you're trying to chow down on these big bits and you can't really cut them because they're in a bowl of broth. And it just was a letdown. Like, I'd straight up just be like, that is a 3 out of 10 meal. That is poor.
Oh, damn.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's the first time that they fucked me. That's the first time I've been fucked by Wagamama. And I
Okay.
am disappointed.
Well, I had one of my best experiences.
Really?
Yeah. Had a
Pad
tofu
thai.
yakisoba something or
I
other.
thought you had a pad thai, but
Was the tofu great?
It was a pad thai, was it? Just
I
like
heard them
noodles
say.
and shit.
Yeah.
It was a yokai
Yeah.
pad thai. And I had some of that fried green veggies, boy.
What fried greens?
Yeah. And it was like
listen to this veggie yogi bitch over here.
veggie shit is good and it's not expensive.
the
It's
opposite.
cheap. It's cheaper.
I was saying it to Ruben the other day. I went like grocery shopping. Trolley just full. And I do that thing where you scan as you go on that little handset.
Yeah, bro.
And it was like, wow, this is like full,
Wait,
but it's so cheap.
Alex shops at Waitrose.
Dickhead.
Dick wanker.
It depends what I'm doing.
Wank fate.
I sometimes go to Tesco as well.
Wow, you come to see the peasants, do you? Wanker.
Yeah, I was surprised. Yeah, it was
Yeah,
only,
because
it was only £110 for the
3 carrots and some.
tofu is good, boy.
Tofu is good, boy. If you cook it good, boy, it's real
Yeah,
good.
Can one of
was-
you guys explain to me what the thing is? You know, everyone on the internet reacts poorly when you mention anything veggie related, right?
Yeah.
they?
It's especially with products like corn products that are like substitutes where it looks like a chicken nugget, but it's not a chicken nugget, or looks like a hot dog, but isn't a hot dog. And the first reaction is always,
wow.
yeah.
Well, that's not very
If you-
vegetarian, is it?
Yeah. Or it's like,
It literally is.
yeah, they say, why don't you just eat the real thing?
That's like saying, like, you ate, like, pork, well, you should just eat human then.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Well, no, that is really stupid because,
Yeah.
like, you could probably make a piece of shit look like a brownie.
Yeah.
Why don't you eat a piece of shit then? Like,
It's not chocolate ice cream.
yeah.
There you go.
It's
Lemonade, piss. Just literally. Fuck it.
It's ignoring the whole point
Yeah.
of why
No, people just want to be upset
People,
about
people
something.
actually say that?
I said
yes,
to you.
find
In
like
fact, I still
threads
have the
anywhere,
article.
Instagram, Twitter, where it's like someone's really embarrassingly tweeted a picture of bacon, like nothing will ever defeat this,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh,
and then there'll probably be some out there vegetarian who's just gone and replied, and then it starts that fucking chain
Mm-hmm.
of just two bellends, both on either side, being bellends to each other. More bellends just hop in on the pile, and it's
Yep.
just the biggest bellend you've ever seen by the end of it.
They formed to become the
The
biggest.
biggest
bell.
fucking shade you've ever seen. It's
It is-
just
and
a
it
bellend.
turns into the hit movie Sausage Party.
Mm-hmm.
Way. That movie is a
I
fucking
read something. Excuse me. And I said to you about it, that Air New Zealand started selling veggie burgers like the
Impossible
the
burger.
Impossible Burger on their flights with Air New Zealand. And a bunch of Kiwis were like outraged by it. So like, why aren't you serving fucking meat? We make the best fucking meat.
Have you noticed that particularly the New Zealand family members react kind of strangely to hearing that that we're veggie?
Not
or
entirely.
pesky? No, they react in a way more like that's
Oh.
ridiculous kind of way.
Kind of like, oh, it's like to them, it's like maybe if someone came out 40 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like I guess it's such a meat culture there. Just love barbecue,
Yeah, they were
love
genuinely
lamb.
upset because they were like, "This, why aren't you just? This is our national pride. Why the fuck aren't you giving this
Mhm.
to everybody? Why are you selling veggie burgers?" And it's like, it's just an option.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's not like you have to have the veggie burger on these flights.
New Zealand hasn't got a lot, and that's one of the things it's got. So
That and a lot of weed.
yeah,
And
People
Lord
who
of the
love
Rings.
weed.
Yeah.
weed, Lord of the Rings.
So many
and
people
meat.
love weed that they're just begging for people to come and have jobs.
Everyone's just a stoner.
That's what
They're
I'm
like,
doing. I'm moving to New Zealand.
They're like
baby.
just
to become a stoner or to get a job.
both. I'll sell weed.
That's
Oh
not a
shit!
job.
Just said I became a drug dealer. On this
I don't know. Mm.
legalize weed, please.
What's the arguments against not legalizing all drugs?
I don't know. I'm not well versed in this shit.
They're dangerous.
Yeah, there's potential dangers in it.
But there are potential dangers in what's already legal.
Yeah, but like,
Well,
You
there's,
inject-
there's a bit more of a danger
like
to heroin.
is like
than,
far more damaging and
So-
addictive than like
So
alcohol.
it's better to have an underground market of people taking it dangerously.
I suppose the thing is, it'd be such an expensive and
well,
huge
no,
cultural shift.
you've got two options: make it illegal, and people still get it and become heavily addicted and die, or make it legal and people buy it and people die and become heavily addicted. Like, there's no win with heroin,
Yeah.
Heroin or
crack,
or any number of,
Any
of
one
drugs
of
like
those
that.
particularly,
Meth.
yeah.
But it's like, what about in like America, for example, where painkillers, which is basically
Yeah.
heroin.
It's the same thing. I mean,
Yeah.
you can get those painkillers here. They're just not so like available.
Hmm.
I'm just saying that we should just hurry up and legalize weed already.
There are certain ones that it's just like, what? I just don't understand why they're not. Because like people get all
fucking-
funny about it, but then they go to watch the football and drink 10 beers and
Mhm.
don't see the hypocrisy there.
I think some of it comes down to cliches as well, like stoner, lazy,
Mm-hmm.
doesn't have a job,
Mhm.
and if they do, it's selling weed.
But then what I find funny is that now Britain is kind of against smoking in terms of like really expensive cigarette packets are covered with the like
Mhm.
pictures of people suffering from the possible side effects of it. But alcohol is so ingrained into the culture. You get adverts for it on TV promoting
really
it.
sexy
And
adverts.
so, yeah, really sexy, and they don't have to do anything apart from put "please drink responsibly," and it still says "please drink" in
Mhm.
those words. It's really cheeky, that.
I mean,
Anyway, did you know that you
I-
probably did know human beings mimic each other's like stances and stuff in social situations
Mhm.
to make each other feel more comfortable.
Yep.
And we don't even realize we're doing it. We're just monkeys at this point.
Yeah,
But we were
well,
all sat. Well, you at gym was sat like as well. We were all sat like this.
yeah, well, I'm fucking different, bro.
it is also when the laptop. to do
Damn,
this.
Jim. Some sweet fucking calves you got there.
I've always got these calves going, boy.
Ooh, nice click
I
thing.
used to be able to do that. I lost my ankle click. I tried doing it the other day. I tried hitting it with the old
Surely
one of
that's
these.
a good sign.
Yeah, and it really hurt. And I was like, oh fuck, I better stop doing it.
Every joint of mine clicks, which is why I stay perfectly still in every JARCAST.
I
When you stand up, it
I
just
just
sounds like
sit.
a bunch of
And I-
bones. It's like that scene in Lord of the Rings, all those skeleton bones.
Yeah.
I can sit when I'm walking or when I'm sitting still. I sit and I just click my right toe over and over again. Once I get it going, it just keeps doing it.
I don't really have anything I can click or show off.
My
Apart
right
from my
wrist
weird
also.
amphibian fingers,
The
baby.
weird, just this. He had this for years. Just does it all the time.
Wow.
Just clicks. It's really nice.
It sounds like the click at the end of Giorgio by Marauder.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Actually.
Yeah, that's good song. Good album.
Yeah, it's a good song.
Giorgio by Merodia.
Marauder
Did a little
Shields.
click.
Anyway,
Marauder Shields. How much time we got?
10 seconds.
dab on them haters, dab on them haters.
Dab on them haters. Will be back after these messages.
Dabbing on the
I actually trained Monkey Man to be in that Monkey movie.
Jar Media needs a new mic arm.
We just need a whole new bit here.
What bit?
Like
All right,
chairs,
let's do a bit.
tables.
Yeah. We do need a whole
Mic
new
bit.
bit.
We'll sort it out eventually.
Yeah.
Now I've got a car, we can actually...
Hopefully before I go back to university.
Should be able to.
Why mine?
The fuck was that cry?
It's because my throat is like it's been getting progressively worse all day
Oh no.
since we recorded. It's just been
The
getting
secret
worse.
episode.
Yeah,
Episode 3 of the...
secret show.
Should we go into some questions then?
Yeah, let's
Let me
do
just
it.
stand up, Dino.
If you want to leave your own questions for us to possibly answer, head over to our Jar Media on Reddit and let us know what you want us to talk about or ask.
Head on over to
Halo.
Brian Deathscene says, can you do a cast where 10 minutes in, everyone stops moving and talking except James, and you don't tell James, so he starts freaking out and thinks he's frozen time?
That'd be
try
really
it.
funny.
I couldn't stay
Dude,
that still.
this is perfect, because James originally was going to host this episode, because he was big enough that he could do as good a job as I.
I could do
It's going to be
a
a complete disaster.
Yeah. The only person that would do a bad job is James. That's it.
We could do this then. Or is that cruel to say you're hosting and then just do nothing for 10 minutes?
No, 10 minutes in, we do that and just...
Because my plan was going to be, go on James, you host, and then I'll just sit on my phone.
Well, we'd
Whenever
have
he
to be
tries to
really,
ask
we'd have
me
to be
anything.
really like mid-gesture about it. Because if I just do this and it's obvious I'm just fucking trying to...
We
Yeah.
could be like... It'd be so hard not to smile, though. Unless you do it in a smile.
You got to blink as well.
Nah, that's easy. No, I'm just not going to blink for a while.
Rude.
Good suggestion,
wanna
though.
blink.
Okay.
Rose is Salty asks, if you could make a Frankenstein's monster using body parts from the cast members, which parts would you use? Where would you put them, and why?
Right, so he'd get my legs, and then Alex's torso, just Amy's arms, and then just
Holy
James's
fuck.
dick on the head. And that's it.
A true
I'm just
beast.
thinking about a being with your legs and my arms.
It would look like a Dark Souls character.
You know that cat that's been memed? That's got like... yeah, that. It would just be that.
Oh, and like Jim's feet, so that it just falls over. That's it.
Jim's legs, Ruben's torso, James's
just-
arms, and my...
Just my legs with Ruben from Ruben upwards.
What would be the most inconvenient? One Ruben leg with one Jim leg,
Yeah.
and one my arm with one James arm.
Your arms are like similar length.
But imagine having one really weak arm.
Come on, let's not be a bully.
No, imagine having one James, like right arm or something. Your main arm all of a sudden is
Oh,
just
that'd
like,
suck.
shit, I can't do anything with this. Imagine like going to like have a little masturbate and then you notice your hand and you're like, that's not even my hand anymore.
Ooh, weird.
Yeah.
What if we could like feel our original body bits on some combination? If all four of us were like a mix of pieces.
Oh, so we controlled our original limb.
Yeah.
That'd be fucked. It would just
I
be
just-
that monster from the end of Inside.
Anywhere my dick
Yeah.
was, I'd just be getting erections on purpose all the time, just to like.
How-
make it
how
a
would
pain
you-
for
how-
everybody.
Can you give yourself an erection on command? Can
I
you just
suppose I
go-
could really try. I don't know. I'd just like piss myself and shit on purpose. Well, not myself. I'd piss out of my dick onto someone else.
Yeah, but one of you, like you're just doing that to yourself, basically.
It would be a fourth of you.
And only one of your four beings has a butt and or dick. So you're potentially...
Yeah, so when you sit down and piss,
Imagine
Well, if
having
you-
James's ass. It'd just be just the
James's
bonus
ass with
thing.
Ruben's legs.
It'd be the worst. Like, well, the thing is, because of all that, like the ass muscle. Like, imagine having James's leg muscles pulling another person's legs that are way heavier. You'd just be tired all the time.
Yeah.
In the butt, you'd be tired in the
You
butt.
need a huge ass if you've got big fucking powerful legs. This is why I'm still angry about Smash with
yeah,
Snake.
that does
Yeah, they
piss
need
me
to
off.
change the butt.
They need to
Yeah,
change
they
his
have
butt.
to change the butt in Smash.
Like what have they changed Samus's butt?
They have actually.
Oh.
They made her boobs and her butt like smaller and more like strong looking, like less just like big and more muscular. But they made Snake's butt tiny, even though it would be like it doesn't make sense. It doesn't even make sense. Let alone like it's just too small.
It looks like it's almost going in.
Yeah, it does because
Yeah,
he's
it
got
looks
this
really
big
bad.
thigh like just fucking sticking here, and then his butt is like there.
Can I talk about another character model that pisses me off?
Go ahead.
Nathan Drake.
Okay.
Totally flat.
Dude, I
butt.
saw someone
his ass.
in London who looked exactly like Nathan Drake.
Really? Did he have a completely flat ass as well?
Was he just a brown-haired man?
But wearing the exact same colours as Nathan Drake. It was really weird, even with like a satchel thing.
Maybe he does it on purpose.
Do you know
Maybe
why?
it's cosplay.
Do you know why?
It was Gay Pride Day.
Maybe he was going to gay pride as Nathan Drake. Fucking yeah.
Do you know why men in video games don't tend to have big butts?
Go on.
Butts on men are funny. Butts
Yeah.
on women are sexy. That's
But
it.
Yeah.
So they give them flat butts that don't make any sense.
Yeah, they give them flat butts so like you never think about them doing a poop.
But then when you have a big butt on women, you think about them squeezing a shit out of their sexy ass cheeks.
Yeah, exactly.
Speaking of, Nathan Fillion teases big Uncharted announcement.
I mean, if anyone's going to play Nathan Drake, it's him.
Is he not too old for it now?
Nah.
He's quite old and he's obese now.
He would have been good when he was playing...
Yeah, when he was Firefly
Yeah, when he was
age.
Firefly, he would have been good for it.
Did you hear that shit about this, like... Yeah, on Uncharted, you don't
is
actually
this
take damage.
Yep, I said to Jim about
He's
this.
just really lucky.
Yeah, it's his luck running out and then one bullet kills him. But then I was thinking, but I distinctly remember having
Yeah, that's
being
not
shot
true.
a lot of times.
Mm-hmm.
And he reacts to being shot, doesn't
Yeah. If it was that, and it legit was that,
If
that
they made
would
it
be
look
cool.
like that as
if
well.
it was him like doing the reacting to bullets going near him,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
he? Is it that game where the first shot always misses, or is that The Last of Us?
That's The Last of Us.
That's an actual good mechanic, though.
Yeah. Well, they put that mechanic in the game because your health doesn't regenerate.
Yeah.
So you need to be able to avoid taking damage.
Mm-hmm. Grilled Cheese Posty says, Alex, do you ever show the rest of the cast some of the dumb shit we post to this subreddit? I do. When it's something of note, I'll post it.
Oh, so never. Just a joke.
Oh yeah. I don't know if
Just
we
a
talked about
joke.
this yet.
Yeah?
Alex knows the name of the EC. Did we talk about this yet?
Nobody knows what the EC even is.
Don't they?
No?
No.
We've kept it a secret.
Oh.
We're gonna do like an actual thing.
I thought that was done now.
No,
No.
What the fuck?
we've just been doing nothing.
Yeah, that's the thing. You've literally done nothing.
Well, we don't even know
towards it.
what to do.
Yeah.
We've teased this project for like over a year at this point.
Well, Ruben's just dropped another clue.
Yeah, this is a good time to just forget about it for 6 months, I guess.
Yeah.
It's like such
That
a
cat is gonna
vague
die
clue.
before we do anything.
I have to cut that bit out.
Why?
You just revealed it. You revealed
yeah.
the truth. You fucking dick. Now I've got a time code, please. How far are we into this second?
21 minutes left of this bit.
All right, when we're
Just put a bleep.
39 minutes in. Yeah, I will, but I have to find the bit now.
Futuristic Bagel says, one more controversial food question. Thoughts on Turkish delight?
Can't really get into Turkish.
I
delight.
hate Turkish delight.
I always
It's
wanted to
fucking
like it
shit.
because
Yeah.
it looks nice, and
Yeah.
then I'm like, nope, this is the worst thing ever, and that's that.
What's it meant to taste of?
I don't know.
Slop.
I guess
Is it
Slop
the
surrounded in
stuff that's
chocolate.
in The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe?
Yes.
Yeah, I hate that.
the like red cubes and the yellow cubes. It's like rose flavor and yellow flavor. It's lemon flavor, but yellow flavor.
Yeah, I can't stand that stuff.
Dad used
Yeah.
to always get it.
My mum really likes it, and I'm just. My brother likes it, but my dad and I are just always like, no, it's fucking
Mhm.
horrible.
It
Fuck
sucks. It's terrible. It's poo. It's fart.
This.
SS Poon says, as a youngling, did you ever go on a random little adventure that got you into trouble? I remember a few when we lived in Jersey. I once found someone's wallet, and I didn't tell anyone. I just hid it in my safe. And then one day my mum found it, was like, why have you got £17.50? I'm taking that. I was devastated.
£17.50. That's
See,
like $1 million bucks.
Yeah, when
to
you're a kid, that is.
a
That's
kid.
loads.
Yeah,
It's
that's why I
like-
kept it in the safe, and I was like, how could I ever spend this?
You would just. Go to I suppose you couldn't go to the shops independently, could you?
No, I was too young.
He was-
And
he was
If I
playing
found
the long game.
£17.50 now, I'm like, fuck yes.
Yeah. I'm like,
I wouldn't steal it from a wallet though.
No, I wouldn't. But when you're a kid,
no,
it's-
because I thought, what if someone comes for me? For this wallet? Like,
I
I didn't
suppose-
think to, like, say, oh, here's
Yeah,
this
and I
wallet.
suppose
Someone's
then
probably
you're
looking
like-
for that.
you think it's gone over the point where you can say, I've got this wallet? Because then you think, then they'll be like, why did they hold on to it for so long?
I want to say it didn't have, like, any detailed information in it. It didn't have, like, a driving license or anything.
Maybe it
Just
was
had
another
cash in
kid.
it.
Well, I mean, that's
Stole
not what
it
you'd
from a
look
kid.
for if you were like,
Yeah, and it
Five.
might have. I don't remember.
yeah.
Any other funny moments?
Well, I didn't have any shit like that when I was a kid. I know.
I can't think of any.
No.
Well, another one from Jersey. We had It's not even like getting in trouble, really. Sort of. But there was that like den. Do you remember the den?
Yeah, I remember the den. We were obsessed with dens.
Yeah.
Having a den.
Yeah, dens were good when you were a kid.
Yeah.
Dens would still be good now if you guys were like, let's pin loads of sheets to the ceiling. I'm like, let's go.
We had this den that was like in this little woody bit. And one like Saturday or Sunday morning, there's a frantic knock at the door.
Mm-hmm.
Alex, something's happened to the den. And we came running to see what happened to it, and like, what the council must have like cut it all down. And we were like,
And then didn't we move away from Jersey shortly after?
because of the den, yeah.
Yeah, because
No
of the
more den. We had to go. We had to go
nowhere
find
we could
somewhere
hide
else.
anymore.
It was like the polar ice caps melting, and we're the polar bears.
That's a really just grandiose and unnecessary
Excellent metaphor.
metaphor, yeah, for it. So
Well, it's a simile,
It's-
really.
Futuristic
yeah,
Bagel has another question. Describe in detail your perfect Sunday.
just no Sundays ever.
Yeah.
I don't like Sundays.
Sundays make me anxious.
Yeah, they make me anxious.
Mine would probably be.
But you have to have that day before
Yeah.
Monday every time. Or if Sundays were just the same as every other day, I wouldn't give a fuck. If everything was open.
Yeah, Sundays would be better if everything just closed at a not stupid time.
Mhm. And people were still out and about. I just don't like how quiet Sundays are. It's
Quite
weird.
like that.
No, I don't like it.
So my perfect Sunday would be wake up, do a poo, eat breakfast, do a poo, feed Argy.
That's about right. 2 poos in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
I hear that.
Feed Argy, watch him do a poo. Walk Argy.
Does another
Do
poo.
a pee.
Probably does a couple more poos on the way.
Get home, have lunch.
Do a pee.
Do a poo.
Yep.
Probably watch a movie or play a video game.
Your body is just hollow. You just eat and it falls
You actually
straight out.
just go into your foot. You go like shake it back.
Start thinking about dinner, which will make me nervous, so I do a poo.
You get nervous when you think about dinner.
Go get the stuff for dinner, come home, make dinner, eat dinner, in an hour do a poo, then go to sleep.
Wake up in the middle of the night, maybe needing a poo.
Nah, all the poo's out of me by then.
But more
Oh,
specifically in detail, when you go to bed, what's the bedtime routine? You didn't add. You got to have another bit of detail. What do you
Okay.
do? 'Cause it's
Bedtime
like
routine. It's always go in, close the blinds in the perfect way.
the perfect way.
I've got one of those like lights that simulates sundown. Turn that on a little bit. Get into my PJs if I'm feeling it. Go brush teeth. Let Argy out to do a poo. Lock up the doors. Then go into bed.
No Halo lore videos.
I was about to get to that. Either see if Jang Bricks or Hidden Xperia is uploaded. If yes, watch new video. If no, go to sleep.
But then when you wake up, then you watch them anyway if they uploaded while you were asleep.
I will check.
You
It's a
will
good way to start the
try.
day. Chicken Sandwich 3 says, what's your favourite Mac DeMarco song? Or if that's too difficult, your favourite album?
I like that one that you played the other day that I'd forgotten about from his album with the yellow cover that I've also forgotten the name of
This
right
Our
now.
Dog?
Yeah, there's a one particularly good song in that. Jim, what was it?
Generic merch.
It's got like the nice jangly little sprinkly, let's call it, glittery like synth things in it. Where it's all bim 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 bim, and it's all it's all.
Is it on the level?
Yeah, that's the one. Thank
That's
you.
the one Alex was just
Was
humming or whistling.
Oh, no, by me.
Yeah, I like that one a lot.
Wow, generic.
I'd just say This
bitches
Old Dog.
merch.
But then I'm also very very keen.
This old
On-
dog. The song
I'm very
or the
keen
album?
on
The album.
Yeah.
fucking. Not two. Why can't I remember?
Salad Days.
Thank you. Why can't I remember any of this shit? I haven't listened to Mac DeMarco much recently, in ages actually.
Come on, Jim, what's your fucking choice?
I really like the songs in This Old Dog, like Sister and Watching Him Fade Away. The sort of short, like sweet, like with a message, you know.
Yeah. But can't beat a banger like Freaking Out the Neighborhood, can you? Though as well. That's a pretty.
Yeah.
That's what a great.
But that album as a whole isn't as good as This Old Frog. Ribbit.
A Spoon says, "Are there any random physical acts of violence in your school that weren't justified at all? I can remember a kid walking past me in the corridor and he randomly grabbed me by the throat. This was in the UK, by the way. So it's the bullying bit of the cast.
For fuck's sake,
I don't
again. The only physical thing I can remember that was done upon Jamie,
Sorry,
was-
whom?
Why are you talking about yourself in the third person?
So I was walking down the path by our school, and the Lost Your Dog kid was walking next to a girl in our year, and she was like, "Leave him alone."
What did he do?
He just pushed me
Because for no reason.
because I was walking too slow or something. Even though like there was plenty of space to go around me,
Mhm.
and there were plenty of people in front of me. So
Very, very
What, was
unhappy
that-
people.
Well, that was presumably in secondary school, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
No, it was the Lost Your Dog kid,
Yeah.
the blonde prick.
For some reason, I thought you knew of him in primary. Sorry, I knew
Nah.
of him in primary.
Yeah, I
He
don't
went
know.
to my primary.
Oh, did he?
I know his name.
Really
Yeah.
I think I do.
his surname.
Real
His surname is a
sad-
season.
dick.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, fart.
That's right. We're in the middle of fart right now. The fart weather's really surprisingly good in the UK.
I've already told it before about the big fat chav on his bike, like slammed me into a wall once when I was cycling home. Because I told him to fuck off and leave me alone.
Leave me alone.
Yeah, just like that.
What did he slammed you against the wall?
Yeah, because you know that bit down by Co-op, that tunnel where we found Coop? It was in there, going through there. That's where I was like there, and he went with his bike. His tiny fucking BMX, huge fat boy. Way
What
taller
fucking-
and bigger than me.
What a fucking pussy! Like just using the fact that he's ridiculously obese.
And ugly
To his
and unlikely
advantage.
to succeed in life.
Have you seen him recently?
I haven't seen him. Like,
I saw
since.
him in Tesco, I think, the other
Has
day.
he not succeeded
Really?
in life?
Oh, he looks bad.
Nice.
Like he looks awful.
That is what I like.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He might have lost some weight, but that's probably only because he can't afford to feed himself,
Yeah.
which he fucking deserves because he was a cunt cunt.
Yeah, mate. Spell that out in case our audience doesn't know what it means.
See, I told you we say the cunt on the cast.
Yeah, we do. I'd forgotten for some reason that we do say cunt on the cast.
Of course we do. Why wouldn't we?
I don't know.
We speak
YouTube?
like human beings on the cast.
Well, YouTube doesn't like it when you speak like a human being.
Fuck you, YouTube, you damn
it's
cunt.
weird, like random episodes get
Jim,
flagged.
you're really gripping the fucking mic arm there.
I'm just gripping it because it's so terrible. I've got to move the mic close to my
That
mouth.
one's a good one. What are you talking about?
Well, not for this chair. Shut up.
And there was the time another chav from that same group put one of those water-based tattoos on my face. Just span around the corner and just slapped whoever it was that was about to come out. And it just happened to be me.
I fucking never had any of this shit go on with me. None of it. To be honest, I think maybe my mum teaching at the school meant they were all a bit afraid because it would immediately go back to her and then they'd just be fucked.
Yeah.
Lol.
And that'd be it. Yeah.
You rat.
I remember getting a lot of people just being like, "Oh, you gonna go and tell your mum?" And I was just like, "I don't give a fuck about what you're doing right now. I just don't care." People would verbally accost me, perhaps, and I just, "You gonna go and tell your mum?" No, just gonna fucking
That was in like
Go
year
away.
8, 9
Yeah.
sort of time,
yeah,
where everyone's still a massive pussy.
yeah. And a lot. I mean, I never had
pussy.
random acts of violence done unto me. I was usually just.
Violence is an exaggeration
Yeah.
for the stuff we
But
experience.
I was
really.
thrust into situations, or I would thrust myself into situations where I was like, "It is right for me to do something."
You
And I-
became Daredevil.
And I
for a
just
moment.
kind of like slam on in there and judo slam someone. I've said about it before, but I got a lot of over the years. Oh, you gonna do your judo? And, yeah, I am.
Wait, did anyone
Yeah.
say that?
Oh,
And then you did it.
judo, and then maybe. There were a few silly fights over the years.
Wait, so they taunted you for being good at judo, and then you fucking used judo on them.
against them.
Because they're just afraid of you and they don't know how else to get to you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, the people would try and wind me up because I sort of have this thing where it's like, right, we've crossed a threshold of you being reasonable anymore. And so now I know you're not going to stop doing this. So I'm going to stop you doing this. And so they presume because of that it was a short temper, but it was always just, I'm just bored. I'm just bored of it now. Just stop.
The thing about judo is that it doesn't even it doesn't necessarily have to hurt.
No, it just
Like
has
the
to
other
embarrass
person?
them a bit. Man.
Yeah,
That
just
was
like putting someone on the floor.
put them in their place.
I mean, if James were on this cast, although he wouldn't say anything because he'd be looking at his phone,
Yeah.
he would have countless stories of people just being assholes to him.
Yeah, there was one where I actually rose his defense, I remember. By throwing yogurt on someone. I had a yogurt in my hand. And this kid was like, he's the same age as us, and he was like getting all pissy with James, and he was going towards him to he was like, I think he might have been pushing him. And I just threw yogurt on him. I just threw it all over his jumper. And then he started walking towards me like, ugh. He actually did like Anakin Jedi Temple March in Revenge of the Sith. He was looking at me like that. And it was funny because he was a little blonde baby boy looking sort of kid. And it was I was just laughing, like walking away from him.
Yeah,
like
I
just
remember.
backing away from him.
Alex found it so funny.
I couldn't handle it.
Do you just have to run off or something laughing? Or did you
Alex
just sit
was like crying with laughter.
Because it just escalated like that.
Yeah.
Well, because just to me it was like there is nothing that this is going to keep going unless I stop it. That was how I always thought.
It was
I remember
brilliant.
just looking at the situation and being like, how did this even progress to this point?
It was brilliant. It was absolutely brilliant. I'd say you said that they weren't violent. I'd say the guy slamming me into the wall with his bike
It
was
was pretty violent, yeah. Did you not have one, Jim, when you were like crossing the road, or did
I think
no,
it was
Matt.
Matt,
It was
yeah.
Matt, yeah. What did they do to
That would have
Matt
been really
again?
close if they'd done it in a different way. They grabbed his backpack and pulled him off his bike.
Yeah, that was Matt. Yeah.
Yeah.
A real cunt. I know. I remember that person.
It was that
It was
person's
the-
older brother who did the tattoo thing on my face.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
They were like lanky, like
Yeah,
they look
I-
like
creepy
necklaces,
I think I know
like-
the ones you mean. I've forgotten
Mhm.
their surname now, but they're like known. Their names are known.
They
Yeah.
were
Yeah.
they were CTM.
Yeah, I
legs.
know the ones. Everyone was like afraid of them and stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I remember people being like, and I always had just no fear of these people because I was like, what can they reasonably do to me
Mm-hmm.
that isn't going to end either in them being in prison or my dad beating the shit out of them? So like,
And
whatever.
your dad being in prison.
Yeah, totally worth it though.
I guess just certain people have worse time.
I
than
remember there
others.
was this kid in my year who we didn't get along for a long time, me and him, for just no reason. And someone had like beat him up really badly, and he was walking home with this whole group of people that I was kind of friends with, and no one did anything to help him. And I was like, why did none of you do anything? If I'd been there, regardless of the fact I didn't like him,
Mhm.
that to me this is someone having the shit. He was like all bruised and shit from it.
Really?
And I was just, that's
When-
something you stop.
When was this?
Year 11.
Gosh.
Yeah, he was like, he looked bad when he came back to school. And I was just like, I don't like him, but I'm not going to stand there and fucking let it happen. But they all did. And I was so disappointed in all of them. I was just like, that's pathetic, all of you. Oh, you wouldn't have done anything. Fucking... I mean, I was probably fucking after school art shit to make sure I'd got my GCSE and all that. But I remember that I was disappointed in all of them for it.
I want to know who that is after we finish.
Not
The
even
surname's
a
colour.
stop
Oh.
thing.
No one did anything. They just stood there and let him get the shit beaten out of him. I don't remember why, but why it was
Do you
happening.
know who beat him up?
I
as
don't
well?
remember. There was some reason. It was like something had happened. Maybe he had spoken to this person's girlfriend. I don't fucking know. Probably some bullshit though. The point is, he was being up really badly when he was 16 by someone who was a bit older than us, and everyone stood there. They could have
They were
stopped
all
him just
there.
with numbers,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
and no one did anything.
That's messed up.
Yeah.
Because all it takes is for one person to go in and defend, and then others
everyone's
will-
just like, yeah, we're not going to fucking let this happen. But
Mhm.
people are afraid because this guy had a bit of a name, and I'm just like, no, fuck it.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking Khan. What's he going to do? Stab me? Yeah, okay.
He'll be like Captain America.
Just dox the name of a whole town. Whatever.
We've said it multiple times.
Yeah.
No one gives a shit. Probably got time for a couple more here.
Yeah. God, my throat is gone, man. It's going. It's going to be fucked tomorrow. I just know it.
Dylan132471 says, "Hello, Le Epic people. What do you think your future children will think of you when they uncover your JARCAST? Apart from James, because he is sterile. Is that true?
No.
How does this person know? How does Dylan know that James is sterile?
I mean, I kind of
wanna
plan
know.
to not have any. But if I did end up having one, I expect the kid would be so cool and shit. They'd be like, oh, nice, Dad. That's nice that you did that. That's cool. They might go for a period
If the
of
kid
time.
was cool, he would not think that about the JARCAST.
Dude, wouldn't it be weird though if we could watch videos of our dad
Socializing with his friends.
talking with people
Yeah.
about what they were
That would
doing
be
at the time?
fucking weird.
Yeah, it would be weird.
Like literally years of his life. You can watch.
It would be weird because obviously, let's say by the time I'm having a child, let's say I'm 36, that's 15 years of time. You change quite a bit as a person in
Yeah.
15
I'd
years.
say we've all changed loads since
just in
we started the
just in
cast.
2 or 3, yeah.
Yeah.
So by then, you know, I expect my kid would probably think I'm quite serious by then. But
Mhm.
by the time they'd know me, let's say I'm 40 something, they'd probably think as their dad as being quite serious. And then seeing me at 21 talking absolute bollocks.
I'll see a video, like a montage of you saying pussy.
Yeah. Or pussy slowed down like to last 10 hours or whatever.
I think my kid would not be interested or give a shit like at all. You know, just wouldn't.
Really?
They'd
I-
find it, be
yeah.
like, gay.
Yeah, that's the thing. I was going to say they'd go through a period of time where they'd probably be really anti it.
Yeah,
And then they'd be like-
maybe when they're like our age,
They'd
be like,
appreciate it more and probably start
what the
watching
fuck?
it. Maybe they'd start watching it and be like, this is weird. Wow, that's Jim and that's Uncle Alex. And that's Uncle Ruben. Well, not uncle, because you know you've always got the not uncles, because they just happen to know the kid for
Mhm.
ages. I remember just not knowing if people were related to me when I was young. You're like, are they my cousin, man? No, they're not your cousin, Ruben. Okay.
Shani, are you okay? Says, what's something you thought was normal for everyone, but realised afterwards it's a thing only your family does?
Oh yeah, and I didn't say James because James will have died in a fiery car accident. Anyway,
I'd say calling like a cheese toasty. You know what's coming.
Yeah.
Calling a cheese toasty a cooking subber. Or any type of toasty a cooking subber. Because when Alex was like 2, he called toasties cooking subbers. because my dad would call a sandwich like a sub,
yeah.
and Alex as a
Oh.
2-year-old would call it a subber, and it's being cooked, so it's a cooking subber.
I was about to say that there's a logic there.
Yeah,
to
yeah.
that.
But then my parents found it like cute and funny,
So
they just like went with it.
yeah.
So for my entire life, for like 7 years, I didn't know that a toasty was a thing. No, I'd say longer than that, like 12 years.
Ooh. I don't know. I mean, I don't have anything like that, but I just on the subject of children saying wrong words. My cousin, he's like 30 something now. He's just had a kid. He called crisps Geebles, and he called tractors Daggledees or something. Yeah.
Daggledees.
It's just
he
funny.
from Australia?
Children, well, they'll see a word on a van, let's say, and it's got a picture and of a crisp or whatever, and they'll read it totally wrong, and it'll become Geebles, and it's just weird shit like that. I mean, I called spiderwebs Welladers, but that to me, I'm like, that makes sense. I'm still like, I can see why a 2-year-old would look at something spider webby and might call it a Wellader. I don't know why. To me, that still connects like that. I'm like, fuck it. It makes perfect sense to me. All right, so you can get
Or
fucked.
like I would call baby versions of things like a baby ack
Yeah.
than what it is.
Yeah, because mum and dad would call you Bubba Ack.
Yeah.
Argy's outside the door.
Video's gone out. We know, by the way. We're just wrapping up with this
Yeah.
question.
No what? Oh right.
No, the camera's gone out,
Yeah.
so
Sorry, everyone. We're all naked now.
that's alright. Yeah, we're just stripping off slowly.
have sex.
Yes.
My answer would be the Christmas, the way we do Christmas.
I
I
mean, yeah,
agree with
actually,
that.
yeah. Christmas is when we do weird as well.
For us, no one. It was very frustrating when we were younger, but I don't really care anymore. Where you could only open gifts that are under
Well,
the tree after.
Yeah, we get our stocking first thing in the morning when we get up.
Yeah.
But then all of the other presents from your family and that, you have to wait until after lunch.
Which could be, by the time you get around to it, it's like 4:00,
Yeah.
which was
When you're a kid,
excruciating when
yeah.
you were young.
It was a good way for our parents and stuff to get us to do the dishes though,
True.
because like we'd have to do it after the dishes are done as well, not just after lunch.
Well, like, I mean, we always had presents straight away, but our Christmas, because I have family that are European and Austrian or whatever, we did Christmas with them on Christmas Eve, and to me that was always like weird. And then we had our Christmas like the next day and shit, and that was always something that to me at the time that was totally normal. But at the same time,
Yeah.
we knew other people didn't do it, so yeah. But we always got our presents straight away in the morning, like the next day. Just that's what it was. It was the excitedly going downstairs, fucking, oh yeah, fucking presents. I got my Lego A-wing. Oh yes.
Good choice.
Yeah, I was very excited about that. There's a video, an old VHS of me, putting it
Opening the
together.
A-wing?
Putting it together, yeah.
Nice.
There's like a, I guess, 7-year-old. It was probably my first Lego set.
Well, the A-wing.
Yeah, I didn't have any attachment to the A-wing. I just wanted a Lego Star Wars like thing, and that's what, my mum probably chose. So,
I'm going to quickly do this one more and end it on that. I shaved my pussy red raw, says, if people could swallow...
I thought that was the opening of the question.
If people could swallow people shorter than them, whole, would that affect the world? Also, would Ruben eat the other members of Jar?
No, I wouldn't. It would affect the world, yeah. But I
How
wouldn't.
would it affect the world?
Well,
Like,
it-
just
let's
because
say-
people could do it, why would they do it?
Imagine gang warfare.
Yeah. It'd just be tall people. Everyone had to be armed with a gun just to kill people that
Why-
like zombies. You'd be like, fuck, get rid of those tall people.
Why would that affect gang warfare? Like, people don't tend to eat other people.
No, but imagine how
Dude, you keep
horrifying
talking
it
like
would
that and
be.
I will eat you. Alright,
Imagine
that's
how
it.
horrifying it would be. Right?
Yeah,
Like,
but it would be
imagine-
horrifying to be eaten normally. Like, just because you're capable of eating another human doesn't mean you're gonna do it.
Imagine it.
Do
Imagine
they like go
like a
over them,
snake.
just swallow them, and
Yeah.
their head just goes back? Is that how it is?
No, I imagine them like picking them up and just with their.
Do they get
mouth
taller
up in
each
the
time
air.
they do it as well? Do they get taller when they?
No,
So
that's
it's
just
like
unfair.
Snake.
Yeah.
That's not fair.
So the guy who plays Chewie could
Danny
just eat
DeVito
everyone.
would be so fucked.
Yeah, good question.
Nice one.
I think we're done here, lads. Episode beep. Another one for the books. That's the new JARCAST ending music.
Ooh.
So I just press the X up here, right?
Oh fuck!
Cheers.
Don't troll me like that.